Good morning. Today we are going to continue the quadratic equation in the word sums, right? It is on page number 161. Page number 161. I am stressing more on the word sums because of the difficulty faced and expressed by the students. So I am trying to do as many questions as possible. Now we are moving on to the next question, question number 11. The question is, when the squares of two consecutive odd integers. Now here there are two things. One is the consecutive and another is the odd integer. You know very well, now I already explained you what is the meaning of consecutive. Consecutive means successive, one after another. Now it depends on whose consecutive you are writing. If you are writing the consecutive of natural number, it can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? And if you are writing the consecutive even number, be mindful. What I am saying is consecutive even number. That means the examples can be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Because you know what is even number. Even number is the number that is divisible by 2. So the even numbers, consecutive even numbers will be 2, 4, 6, 8. And here we can get the next consecutive number by adding 2 because it is even number. This is the property of even number. Likewise, odd number. Odd number is a number which is not divisible by 2. Like 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. And here also we can get the next consecutive odd number by adding 2. So this is about the example. But now, if we have to express these numbers, natural number, odd number, even number, in the form of notation, how do we write it? Example is very easy to give example, right? So if you have to represent the natural number in the form of notation, we write this as n. N is a notation for the natural number. Clear? 2n is the notation for even number, right? And 2n minus 1 or 2n plus 1. Either this or this is the notation for odd number. Is it okay? This is the notation for natural number. Natural number. This is the notation for even number. And this is the notation for odd number. For odd number we have two notations. Either you can write like 2n minus 1 or you can write as 2n plus 1. Any one of these two. Not both. One of these can be used to represent odd number. Clear? Where n can be any natural number. You can use any value of n. Now suppose in the even number you use n is equal to 1. So 2 ones are 2. This is the even number. Another n is equal to 2. Right? N is equal to 2. So 2 into 2 is equal to 4. So that is also even number. Are you getting me? Okay. Now, so this question number 11 is when the squares of two consecutive odd integers, right? Now that means we can use this notation. Right? So since they are asking us to have two consecutive odd integers, right? Maybe you can start from here and then adding 2 you get this next one. Or if you are taking this as the first one, then you can add 2 to this one and you will get the next one. Are you getting me? So I am going to take these 2 only as the odd integer. Let the 2 odd integers be. Let the 2 odd consecutive integer be 2n minus 1 and 2n plus 1. Is it okay? Alright. Now, according to the question, let us see what the question says to do with this 2. According to question, when the squares of, now we have to have the sum of their squares. Now when the squares of the two consecutive odd integers are added, that means 2n minus 1 whole square plus 2n plus 1 whole square. If you add the sum of their square, if you have the sum of their square, right, then it gives you sum as equal to 290. If this is so, then what are the integers? Now here look into this question. In this question we don't have any geometrical shape. It is about the integer. So since it is integer, when you calculate, you can accept both the values of n, right? So I'm going to start expanding this using a minus b formula, a minus b whole square. This is 4n square minus 4n plus 1. And then this will be 4n square plus 4n plus 1 is equal to 290. Is it okay? Now we are going to simplify. 4n square, 8n square, right? Minus 4n plus 4n cancel. 1 plus 1 is 2, right? And this 290 will come to this side, will become negative. 290 is equal to 0. Is it okay? Now, this is 8n square minus 288 is equal to 0. Clear? Now, this is a binomial. This is a binomial, right? This is a binomial. Now, binomial we were doing two things. Binomial, then first of all you have to apply the common factor method, and after that, if it is possible, we can also apply difference of square. So let us apply first of all the common factor method. Common factor method, 8 is the common factor out, so n square minus. Now 8 3 is 24 and 8 6 is 48. This is your remaining inside the bracket. Now you got the two factor of this expression. Now when the product of these two factors is 0, 8 is a number, so 8 can never be equal to 0. That means your another possibility is n square minus 36 is equal to 0. Is it okay? From here we will get the two values. So n square will be equal to 36. Now square can be sent to the other side. When the square goes to the other side, it changes into square root, and then therefore we write this as plus minus 36, and therefore the answer is plus minus 6. So you got the two values, two integers, as if the two possibilities, either the value of n is plus 6 or it could be minus 6. Is it okay? Now with the help of this value we will find out the two integers. So we will get two set of answers. First one will be if n is equal to positive 6. If n is equal to positive 6, then in that case the first odd integer will be 2n minus 1 is equal to, now put the value of n. So 2 into 6 minus 1 is equal to 12 minus 1 is equal to 11. So this will be your first odd number. Another odd number is 2n plus 1. So 2n plus 1 is equal to 2 into n is equal to 6. So 6 minus 1 is equal to, plus 12 plus 1 is equal to 13. So these are the two, this is the one set of answer, 11 and 13. These are the two consecutive odd integers. Another possibility is if your n is equal to negative 6. Then the first odd integer is 2n minus 1. So 2 into n is minus 6 minus 1 is equal to minus 12, and minus 1 is equal to minus 13. So this will be your first odd integer. Another odd integer can be 2n plus 1 is equal to 2 into minus 6 plus 1 is equal to minus 12 plus 1 is equal to minus 11. So with these two numbers together, this is another possibility. Is it okay? So this is your question number 11. Thank you. A question or right. Now finally we are in the last question of quadratic equation. This is the full final question, right? In this question we are given a function, right? This function gives you the height of a rocket at a particular time. This function gives us the height of a rocket at a particular time, right? So we can calculate the height of the rocket at a different time. Maybe after 1 second, after 2 seconds, after 3 seconds. No, rocket speed we calculate in seconds, right? Because it used to be very fast. So at any particular time we can calculate its height. Height of the rocket can be calculated at any particular time. Is this very clear? Now in this question we are asked to find out after how many seconds the rocket will reach at a height of 1500 meter. After how many seconds the rocket will reach at a height of 1500 meter. Very simple. So the height of the rocket is already given, and height of the rocket is given by ht. So that is already given. So we can find the time at which the rocket will reach at a height of 1500 meter. So we'll write here 1500 meter is equal to minus 5t square plus 200t, right? Now this is a quadratic equation. I told you many times now that in the quadratic equation all the terms should be in one side, and as far as possible try to keep the first term, the square term, as positive if possible, right? Then for our own convenience. So we will shift this all to the left hand side. So that way this 5t will become 5t square will become positive. This minus 200t, this 200t will be negative, and this is there itself, so it will remain as it is. 1500 is equal to 0. Now this is your quadratic equation. This is quadratic equation where once again we have a common divisor of all the three terms. So we will reduce this function. We will take out the common factor, 5 out, and from here you will get t square. From here you will get 40t, right? And from here you will get 300 is equal to 0. Now you know that this quadratic equation is factorized. This is one factor, this is another factor. This factor is obviously not 0. We will write 5 is not equal to 0. Therefore, we can proceed with this part as equal to 0. So another factor, t square minus 40t plus 300 is equal to 0. Please be mindful what we are going to calculate. We are going to calculate the time, and the time can be positive, not negative. Okay. So when you calculate, and if by chance you get the value of t as a negative, then that negative value of t will be rejected. Now from here you have to know that when to reject and when to accept. Okay. Now we will simplify this, right? The product of these two will be 300, and both are positive. First and the last term is positive. Therefore the product is also positive. So we are writing this as positive. But when the product of the first and the last term is positive, and if the middle term is negative, please remember the technique that both the factor has to be negative, right? So if I say 30 minus 30 into minus 10, then you are going to get the positive product, and also the sum of these two. Why I am saying sum? Because both are negative. So the sum of these two number will be equal to minus 40. Therefore this middle term will be replaced by minus 30 and minus 10. Okay. So this becomes t square minus 10t minus 30t plus 300 is equal to 0. Now from the first group the common factor is t out, t minus 10, right? Then leave some space, and t minus 10 you repeat, and then put equal to 0. Now this is t term in the second group. The t term is here, and it is minus 30t. So minus 30t when divided by t, your answer will come minus 30. Clear? So t is equal to minus 10, and t is equal to t minus 30 is equal to 0. Now either t minus 10 is equal to 0, t minus 10 is equal to 0. This implies your t is equal to 10 seconds. Clear? Or another value is, or t is equal to 30. Is it okay? T minus 30 is equal to 0. Therefore t is equal to 30 seconds. So either the rocket can be at height of this in 10 seconds or in 30 seconds. These are the two possibility depending on the speed. Is it okay? Depending on the speed. So with this, we are ending the session. I will request you, this quadratic equation is a very lengthy chapter, and then I have spent lots of time. I have tried to make small videos so that it will be more easy for you to understand. Please take full advantage of this virtual class and practice and practice. With this, thank you so much. Have a nice day. Take care, and please do not go out. Stay in the house. Thank you.